This week on Fade to Obsidian, it is part 2 of our Lightbringer survey. We recommend watching part 1 first and having read all of Lightbringer. We also apologize for everybody that we absolutely roast with your answers. We do love you. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're going to do something real special because I've poured another drink.
It's Dead After Dark.
It's Dead After Dark!
And at dark.
I'd also like to state that I had to turn off 4 lights to do this. And still look how much light is out here. No, the door is still open.
Well, sort of.
Sort of. It's got the cat thing in it. Okay.
I honestly didn't know that your headphones glowed.
My headphones glow. They change colors. It's real annoying in the middle of the night. All right. It's in there. Ooh, the lime is kind of already sinking. Let's see if this is going to work the second time. It went up in flames before. Come on. I think this lime is...
I'm going to go with no.
No.
It's
there. It's on.
Oh, there it is.
Hey!
It's on.
I think I'm moving too much.
Hell yeah, that's a good one.
I think I'm moving too much, so... Yeah, it's like crackling. I hold it next to the microphone, but I don't want to catch the microphone on fire.
That is a good choice.
Yeah.
Everybody,
and it's out.
The first one was made sober. This one was not.
Yeah. The other one, I think I don't know. I did a few attempts of... I tried to not use as much absinthe, and then in the end, by the end of it, the absinthe was, super soaked through the lime. So... Yay, there it is. Let me turn some lights back on for you. And that is my version of the shipwreck. I feel like it needs a different name because I've added absinthe to the shipwreck, so...
The skipwreck.
The skipwreck. I wonder if I could light it a second time. We're just gonna...
If you had blown it out, probably.
Yeah.
But given the fact that it burned itself out...
It's back on fire.
Wow.
You know Skipper's not sober.
Turn all the lights off. Quick.
No, now it's out again. Okay. We're going to mix it all together. There's a lot of absinthe sitting on the top now. I also, this time around, brought the rest of the soda water just to keep adding it. I feel like it might be stronger. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, do you guys still have the same thing you were drinking before? Or have you moved on as well?
I'm almost done with that one.
Oh yeah, you've moved on to Lefroy, right?
No.
Gatorade.
It's another Ardbeg.
I know.
Also Gatorade.
Royal Apricot Imperial.
Ooh.
Nice.
That'll be the next one.
Okay. I like it.
Ardbeg Bizarbecue for me.
Oh yes, that's right.
Also,
Ardbeg, sorry.
Is that a bottle of Highland Park Magnus on your top shelf?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Have you not seen
Good
that
scotch.
one before? That's
I don't
one
think
of
so.
my older bottles. I had a friend
No,
who
I
knew
think
that years ago.
No, you adjusted your camera.
Yeah, that's right. The camera is slightly higher than it normally is. The viewers at home are also not going to be able to see it because you guys look at a different camera than they look at. There's so much happening. I don't think people understand quite what my setup is. It's extensive.
A problem. It's a problem.
I had to replug in today, and it was yelling at me for all sorts of different reasons.
Oh, that's insanity.
All right, welcome back. I'm gonna say that the rest of these are the more fun ones.
Yay!
I'm just looking through, and yeah, they're all the fun ones. We've gotten out of some of them, but first we need Cassius and Lyria. Lots of discussion on this one. Are they friends or more? And the options you have are friends, more than friends, and they secretly hate each other. How did you guys, how did you vote? And, or what do you feel? And how do you think everybody else voted?
What were the options again?
Friends, more.
Salem's drunk.
And they
No, I'm not.
secretly hate each other.
I think that they're just friends.
You think they're just friends. Okay.
I don't think that there's any romantic relationship between the two of them. You can have platonic male and female relationships.
You can indeed.
Correct.
All of us. Look at us go.
You.
Obviously.
I think that currently there is nothing romantic.
Okay.
I do, however, think that there is the beginnings of potential for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also remember that Cassius was still crushing pretty hard on Ari.
That's a good point.
So,
It's a good one.
who's
Good
to
call
say
out.
he had eyes for anybody else right now?
Yeah.
True.
I will
Get eyes
say
for Darrow this book.
yeah. Didn't everybody? They're all a bunch of pick-me girls for Darrow.
Yeah.
I will say there was a lot more cast bashing in this
Again?
question.
Dear God, you guys.
Why? Who filled out the
Someone.
survey?
Someone
How dare
less
you?
than friends, but they don't hate each other. Maybe it could have developed further to friends
Bruh.
or more, but it didn't happen on page. What book were you reading?
Well, obviously it didn't happen on page because Darrow
Have you
is
ever had a
blind.
sibling?
But to be fair, it could have happened from Lyria's, but I think it did happen from Lyria. We get the like kisses on the forehead, how excited how excited he is of her flying, and there's my girl, and we don't know if he's talking about Lyria or the ship. The fact that
Yeah.
she ended up
Darrow
calling
says
Eaglet.
he acts like a 12-year-old around her.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, but is that a friendship 12-year-old or is that like a giddy, like cutesy, I have a crush on you 12-year-old?
maybe both.
Maybe both.
Why not both?
Maybe.
I will say that
But
someone
not a less than friends thing.
not a less than
No.
friends.
No.
I will say that somebody under more did put not romantic siblings. So that person took more
Yeah.
as more than friends, they were siblings, which is the complete opposite of, I guess, this person who's saying that they weren't even friends.
That is the hottest take I've heard today.
Yeah.
Right? If this is you, please comment further on your explanation.
Yeah. Or volunteer to come on the cast bash and
Oh, yeah. Please.
have it out with Dram and Hydro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is someone else who said, I just can't quite see it. Lyria obviously thinks Cassius is super attractive, don't we all? And I think he is fond of her, but I doubt that Cassius could bring himself to genuinely fall in love with a red, let alone one so much younger. So this person doesn't think that.
I was thinking about
I
the
agree with it.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The age, and that's when I was reading it. I even texted Crescent being like, Lyria's young. When I was getting those vibes of what are they, it's like Lyria's young. The younger part, I agree. The genuinely fall in love with a red. Well, we already know that he's fallen in love with a pink. So why is that different?
Yeah.
But then there's
I
someone
think-
else. Sorry, go.
I was going to say, I think that's the stark contrast between, and I think I said this before, the stark contrast between Cassius and Lysander. And where Cassius is always going now to go and save all the low colors and make relationships with them. I mean, just even the relationship between Cassius and Pytha. Like, I do think that he does have, like, granted, he very much so in the very beginning of the series was colorist versus now I don't think he's as colorist as he was in the beginning. And I think a lot of people are stuck on that.
I agree. And I was going to say that there was a follow-up response here. Not a follow-up, but someone else has put a similar thing of they are drinking buddies when drunk they have attachment. Cassius is too golden to view lesser colors more than acquaintance. I don't see that.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
No.
what we see with
disagree.
Ori, what
Hard
we
to
see with
disagree.
Pytha, how like yes, you know, okay, maybe he's got a savior complex for others, but at least what we see with Pytha and Ori, never mind Lyria, goes against that.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other thing too is like, you know, the age gap relationships, like there's obviously a point at which it becomes extremely problematic no matter what.
Yes,
But
for sure.
In legal age relationships, the problem becomes the imbalance in life experience.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you get a power dynamic there, and that's problematic. But
And
Lyria has been through so much shit. Like, obviously Cassius has too. But I think, like, and then, you know, growing up as a red.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say is, think of Darrow at 16. Darrow at 16 had lived almost a whole life. And then Lyria at, what is she now? Is she 20? Yeah. She's really not
actually,
that
she's
old.
Probably 21 or 22.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so she's experienced all the, because I think she is 19, because does she say something about how she's not married in comparison to everybody else in her clan would have been?
Yep.
Well, and I also think in Dark Age, when she's in with all the other child brides, they talk about how much older she is.
Yeah. Yes, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
That there, I think she said she's 18 or 19 because the rest are around 16 or something. Yeah. Or as young as 12. Yeah. Pretty much everyone else kind of goes with the brother-sister. I get huge brother, big brother, little sister vibes from Cassius made up for Julian and a failed attempt at brotherly bond with Lysander with Lyria. It was finally the relationship craved / felt was stolen from him. He died more whole because of their bond. Adorable.
I literally just wrote that down on a sticky note. That it's hard, you can't see because it's pink. Cassius plus looking for a Julian replacement. So because of his relationship with Lysander, and in the end, he pretty much realizes and confronts that, hey, I was using you as a replacement for Julian. I think this relationship with Lyria is more genuine. And I think we touched on that in the last episode too.
Yeah.
Where we were just like, it was more of, she's the prodigy that he had wished he'd had in Lysander.
Yeah.
Yeah. A decent person.
The other one, just that under friends, someone just bringing up about how they just poke fun at each other over a few drinks, so definitely friends. And then this is I know for sure, it does, how I bring it up, this is all anonymous, but how it brought up when I like grabbed the question or the answers out. I know that this is the same person who last time replied the text is clear, is replying again, the text is clear. I'm going to once again state that this is 75% friends and 25% more. So is the text clear? Unless this is Pierce writing it. I don't know. Attraction doesn't equal anything more than attraction.
What did they vote it as?
They voted friends.
Okay.
Cassius also gives us subtle clues that he cares deeply for her, but that's the extent of it. He has ample time and opportunity to communicate things if they existed. I really wish that I lived in a world that everyone just communicated exactly how they felt around me.
Yeah, wouldn't that be easy?
Yeah, that'd be great. Love that.
So I appreciate the thing, but the just statement of the text is clear to me. It's like, it's not. That's why we have these questions. But thank you for filling in the survey and giving more background on it, because that's great. Furthermore, one person did say not romantic, but siblings. So I almost want to flip them to the friends, just because everyone in Friends seems to have answered that they were siblings. Like, I almost should have done friends, siblings more. They secretly hate each other.
Also,
but there is
best friend, sibling.
Best friends, siblings.
I was just
And back
gonna
in.
bring it back. Bring it back. You can
Best
have
friends,
more than
siblings.
one best friend.
Look at us go.
So
It's all coming back.
Cassius S. Darrow and Lyria.
And Lyria.
yeah,
And his chin.
And his chin.
Yeah.
And Dominus
and his
Portobello.
honor.
And
That
the
was-
Archimedes.
That was the other thing. That was another sticky note I made was Cassius and his honor.
Oh.
Hell
And
yeah.
I
Hell
don't
yeah,
know
brother.
why we make fun of Darrow and his hands the whole time. Now we make fun of Severo and his sun butter. Why have we not made fun of Cassius and his honor being his love interest?
Because that seems
Yeah.
like a real, like a good love interest.
That's a real,
I don't
yeah,
know.
like that's a real thing.
Let's be honest here. I feel like
That's
there's way more problematic
That's a
things.
green flag.
I'm
right
not saying,
there.
I'm just
That's
saying.
That's a green flag.
Green flag.
Green flag. The
No red
other
flags.
no red flags. We're not here for red flags. The
Not
other people
anymore.
who put more are could have been more, would have liked to see Cassius have the chance to demonstrate real growth, and I would have liked to see Lyria be a bit older if this was a romantic thing, but I didn't hate their vibe the way some fans did. So there you go. Someone else, they developed feelings for each other. And finally, the answer of maybe the night, they definitely got it on.
No, I don't want to think about that.
Clearly,
I think
the text says that they definitely got it on.
I think my response to that makes me think that I think that they're siblings. And an answer like that
You're just
really
out.
irks me.
You're out.
I'm
We're
out.
not
No romantic anything. Bad.
Love it. Love it. All right, final thoughts on Lyria and Cassius.
Love.
I
Like,
think
I love
love
them.
too. Oh, I shipped them. I shipped
Friendship.
them hard.
Oh, I totally ship them too, but
Yeah.
I love them.
Yes, I'm glad we got that little bit, and I think we've seen this before, but if people have not heard that, they were written together. Pierce's whole statement was that he just basically had realized they were in the same room, and then they were like on the paper in front of him, and were like, these two would love each other, and I think he hit the hammer right on the head with that one. They're so great together. They do banter. They do have that background that they're so great together. Yeah. However that is.
Also-
Sibling-wise, love-wise, just love them.
That then makes me think about how, like, just thought process on that is, so he then put those two together, and then he threw Severo in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that dynamic, I think, is absolutely ridiculous, and the dynamic that we never thought was ever going to happen was Severo and Cassius kind of becoming buddies because of Lyria.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Well, and we get at the very end where Severo's like, yeah, we talk without you to Darrow. Because Darrow's
Yeah.
just so self-centered. So yeah, good call out. Love it. Love it. All right, let's go into the real hard-hitting journalism. What ship do you want to live on? And I only gave 4 options for this one. The Archimedes, the Lightbringer, Pandora, and the Dustmaker. What would you guys want to live on, and how do you think the fandom voted?
Crescent, you go first.
Archimedes.
Same.
I dig a tight knit vibe.
So I was thinking about this actually earlier today. Like, I like that tight knit vibe, but it also gives me, oh my
School
god,
bus.
why can
Magic
Well-
School Bus. Yes.
going into? No, the fucking, maybe I am drunk. No,
The whole point.
fucking, from Star Wars.
Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Mhm.
It gives me that vibe.
Yep.
Yeah. Where you're also tight knit in there. Like, granted, there's a whole crew on there. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and like the cockpit.
Yeah.
Of the light
The
bringer.
bridge. Yeah.
The bridge.
But-
That's what it is.
We'll just.
Do you see it, Skipper?
Yeah, it's fine. I get it.
It's a 5.
Um,
Come on, Skipper. What
but
about
yeah,
you?
yeah.
I would go. Oh, see, this is hard because, and to be fair, I have read the answers. That I think previous to this, I would have said Archimedes, but then a few people make really good points of the difference between the small ships and the big ships. So I want to go Pandora, of like, I want the same vibe and the same people. And I guess on the Pandora, Lyria and Cassius would have avoided each other. But someone in this makes a very good point about on the Archimedes, you don't have your own space pretty much, right? Like if you don't like someone, they're in your face all the time. And the Pandora is like a floating city. So I almost want to go Pandora so that I can have a big ship that I can go wherever I want, but it's the people I like and more of the people I like. And this could be if this is a previous book, because I'll bring up some of the Lightbringer answers. I'm not ignoring them right now. If it was the Morning Star, I would have gone for Morning Star. Please remember what book we're in. Calling out all of you people who tried to call me out for this. We'll get there. So glad I've drank this much to get to this question. But yeah, so I would like the bigger ship. I would go Pandora.
Okay,
or the Dust Maker because it has fish.
During Askamani occupation?
No, at the end when they get it back.
When it's full of blood. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Victor.
Don't worry. I think someone brought that up. Don't worry. We'll get there.
Okay, but the Archimedes gives me very much so HowlerCon hotel vibes.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's like that tight-knit group of people versus the Pandora is the floating city, so you have to go and find the people that you want. You can't just literally go next door and knock.
You miss just sleeping
and bug
next
somebody.
To me. I get it.
I do!
You miss sharing a room with me in Tulsa.
And Hydro and Dram were like 2 doors down.
Mm-hmm. For the record, they were supposed to be next to us, and the hotel screwed that up. I did the reservations for a reason. But anyway.
How dare they?
I know. But yes, I get that.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of people in that hotel, and then showing up at some of the other hotels. But then, like, showing up at the other hotels where it's like, look, new place to vibe. That would be like being on the Pandora of, like, look at this wing of the ship.
Okay, so we see the
Archimedes is one
socialite.
hotel. The Pandora is Tulsa. Downtown.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I want to go to all the places. I want multiple bars to drink in. I don't want to just drink moonshine.
Come on.
Why not?
Fucking coward.
All right. Well, you guys nailed it. 50. I will round this up to 53%, said the Archimedes. At Lightbringer coming in at 19.4%. And I will say the Lightbringer,
Unhinged lunatics.
We'll get to their answers. I don't think they actually mean the Lightbringer. Pandora at 22%. I think people are thinking not Askamani Pandora. And then the Dust Maker is whatever that someone does do the math of whatever that left. It is 2 votes for the Dust Maker. And nobody commented on why the Dust Maker. So I just assume it's for the fish that they have seen.
I was going to say for the fish.
Absolutely the fish.
The note I made on this is no notes, just fish, is what I wrote while compiling all this.
Yeah. No notes, just fish. AKA
fish?
No thoughts, just vibes.
And the origami.
And the origami.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's got to be,
And
the mahogany.
In the den.
Mahogany tables.
Somebody is going to the Dust Maker looking to become origami.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay, for reference, we for Valentine's Day, I did a bunch of lead up questions to like fun Valentine's Day questions the week up, and one of them was what it started out with Cassius and Severo are making Valentines. What do they look like, and who are they sending them to? And then we got on different caveats of what other characters would do, and we all agreed that in his downtime, Diomedes probably does origami to calm his brain. And then from the time that he spent with Cassius, Cassius picked it up. And Cassius is probably doing some weird, intricate thing for Diomedes. So then we added that to the fish on the Dustmaker.
Yeah. It's arts and crafts on the Dustmaker. I will say, I bet you the Pandora does not. Pandora probably has the best gym in the solar system, but it doesn't have arts and crafts. I bet you that. Victor's over here being like, I don't need that. I don't need an artistic outlet. Who needs that?
No.
No. All right, to read some comments here. The Archimedes is kind of, you guys nailed it right on the head. Found family has character. The Archimedes is the only one that feels homey. It's the only one that's a pleasant, lived-in space, not a place of terror or conflict. That's a good call of, like, we'll see Victra when she gets the Pandora back. Do you then have bad thoughts of being there? It carries deep sentiment of value for many characters, more so than the Morningstar / Lightbringer. That ship is more of a prize rather than a home. That's about Lightbringer. And then this goes back to the Millennium Falcon. Everything I need to travel fast and effectively around the system. Perfect for adventures. Okay, I do like that one. The other ones...
Real road trip vibes.
Yeah. Okay.
And we need a Chewbacca sound.
There it is.
Perfect. Thank you.
I am going to jump to the Pandora is because I worship Victra. And it's a whole city.
Yeah.
I imagined it very much like Gaylord Convention Center in Nashville. All right. Like its own isolated city, complete with shops and landscaping. That is also how I think any of the big ones I picture, hence the fish farm. I think
it's
all
the
three
Citadel
of them. Exactly.
Mass Effect.
I think all three of them are that vibe, but the Pandora are at the moment the closest to on our side. All right.
My other
sorry.
my thought for the Lightbringer, for some reason in my brain, because Lysander was fixing it up, I feel like it's just shambles on the inside.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's what deterred me is like, yeah, there's probably like 3 rooms that are livable for particular crew members in Lysander, but I don't think the rest of it's really up to snuff.
Yeah.
So why would I want to live on it?
Because didn't it crash? Like, why did they have to... What happened to it that they had to take it back?
Why is Lysander fixing it?
Yeah, why is Lysander fixing it? Did it crash? Like, do we know? Or is it just that it was lying there and then when they took it over, did he get shot out of the sky? Like...
No.
See, I can tell where Crescent's allegiances lie.
It may have... Do go on.
I can see where Crescent's allegiances lie because he's having a hard time remembering it, so he obviously doesn't care about Lysander.
Oh, is a victory for Lysander? I blocked it out.
He doesn't remember what happened in the Morningstar. It's not really on page, honestly. It may have been hovering in orbit. Well, not in orbit, sorry, like just above things and then gets hit by the EMP.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, yeah, the EMP. Yeah. All right.
That makes sense.
Well, the answers for the Lightbringer is one person understood the assignment. To that person, I appreciate you. They put Yarki sounds fun, but wouldn't be able to stand Darrow for 5 minutes, let alone live in the same ship for a considerable amount of time. And also, Paraspora ad Astra. So they're kind of not loving Darrow, but they're getting where I'm going of, I want my space from things. So you want the bigger ship. So that's where they've gone. Lightbringer. But everyone else, number 1, call it the Morning Star, you twat. My note back to that person, we're talking about one specific book. Learn to read the survey properly, you twat. Back when it was Morningstar with
the truth comes out.
I know. Back when it was Morningstar with Orion in charge. That wasn't my question. Wasn't Lightbringer also Morningstar? You are correct. Not the question.
Yep.
So I would like to almost remove everyone who answered Lightbringer and say, get some reading comprehension over here. It's gonna get from here on out. There is
shockingly poor reading comprehension for a book club.
Yeah.
I love you guys, but holy fuck.
It's gonna get worse as we make our way through this survey. We love you. Thank you all for answering, and I hope you come at me at the comments.
They just make it interesting.
They make it very interesting for me.
Yeah. Give us something to talk about.
Yes.
Rather than just reading.
You're right,
facts.
or else we'd be bored right now. And this is why we bring up these questions when I'm almost done.
Jesus.
So this will be 5 ounces of alcohol. One of those ounces being absinthe. All right, it's fine.
Skipper's about to be absinthe from this conversation.
Yeah. Okay,
the next
hold
question,
on your pants.
The next question, and my favorite is I made notes while sober. And the next question is, hold on, let me pull up the exact thing I said. This is another one that you were allowed to write freeform, so it took a lot of trying to figure out what people were saying. So the question was, what ship-to-ship showdown would you like to see? And they can be currently on the same side. We know ships love changing hands. So this is where you could put in a bring back the Lightbringer to be the Morning Star. Have that against something, whatever. But we are looking for a ship-to-ship battle. There is at least 2 people who wrote, I don't like ship-to-ship battles. Here's who I want in a duel. I don't care. Bruh. Or someone wrote, I don't want it to end in ship-to-ship. I want a political showdown. That wasn't the question.
It's not about the end.
Are we drinking while we're answering these?
Oh, yeah.
Is that what's happening here?
Yeah. But my question, though, is... my comment that I wrote sober was, a bunch of people don't know what this question means, and I don't care your thoughts on politics or duels. Get out of here. I appreciate you people, but I'm looking for very specific things. All right. What were you guys? What ships? And again, the Lightbringer can become the Morning Star again. We can somehow resurrect the Pax. Is the Pax dead? What happened to the Pax?
The Pax is super dead.
Yeah.
Remember? Because Darrow birthed a bunch of claw drills out of it?
Yes. Okay.
To steal the Morning Star?
Yeah. Okay, so not including the Pax, unless you can somehow resurrect it. But what ship-to-ship battle do you want to see?
Remember what I put. I think maybe I put the Pandora versus the Lightbringer.
Yep. Okay.
Like two big ships. I'm
thinking...
Go ahead.
Sorry. I'm thinking Morningstar Dustmaker.
Ooh. Yeah, okay.
Just for shits and giggles, it'd be interesting to see the Archimedes if it has crazy artillery to go up against a bigger ship. See how it does.
It does have weaponry. We
if
know it
you
does
get-
have weaponry.
If you get Pytha on the controls,
Pax on the controls.
oh well, yeah,
Come on.
Pytha
This is
and
this
Pax
is all
on there.
hypothetical.
No, totally. But you get like
Ooh.
Pytha and Pax on there because
Yep.
Pytha already was doing her shit with the Archimedes, and then you get Pax on there to like work artillery or something. Like,
Wait, Pytha with or without mouth guard?
oh, I don't know. I don't know.
With. Go harder with a mouth guard.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that would be interesting because
Yep.
again, that gives Star Wars vibes
Yep.
with
Yep.
Luke and the Death Star.
Yep.
All right, there's lots of answers for this one, so get ready.
Everybody buckle up.
8 people have put, which was the highest amount of one, and honestly, me trying to figure out what's happening here is a lot. Put the Lightbringer versus Pandora. I will say one of those people put Pandemonium versus Lightbringer, and I assume that's supposed to be the Pandora.
No.
Is
Hold on.
is Pandemonium
Victra's secondary flagship is the
is the
Pandemonia.
Pandemonium? Oh, Pandemonia.
No. Pandemonia.
Okay, well, this is Pandemonium, which I went, that's a chair.
True.
Okay.
It's also chaos.
It is.
Just
like
straight
this
chaos.
video.
Okay,
Perfect,
so
you're doing
maybe
great.
that one is, but it's still Victra's ship versus Lightbringer. So, okay, technically then that one is separate. But under that, we are due for the Rising to have another ship conquest akin to taking the Morning Star. The Rising has lost lots of space battles lately, and I love to see us win one. I think Pandora, maybe with some rim tech upgrades, could be capable of taking back the Lightbringer or perhaps Atalantia's flagship. So that's the only comment we get over that one.
The
There-
Anihilo.
There is 4 people said Dustmaker versus Lightbringer. So if that's the Lightbringer,
I mean, I would
switching
love that in
sides,
canon for sure.
There is
Yes.
no comments on it. There is just 4 people said that. So, okay. The rest of these, I don't know the pronunciation. Anilo?
Anihilo.
Anilo
Anihilo.
versus the Lightbringer. And someone said, give me some Loon versus Grimace action. I think a lot
would
of
be pretty
people.
rad.
I think a lot of people forgot. I had to look it up. I was like, who's Anilo? And it's Atalantia's flagship. I think a lot of people might have forgotten that one and focused hard on Lysander. But yeah, that would be a good one. One person put Pandora versus Anilo. Which is where I think the series is going, is ending with Atalantia, because she's the big bad. Even Lysander's scared of her. I
Waking
know.
in his little silk booties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone else put the Dejathoris
Oh, the Dejathoris, yeah.
and
Mustang's flagship.
and Pandora versus Lightbringer.
See, that would be like relatively fair fight
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
the Lightbringer's goddamn 8 kilometers, 5 miles for those
Mm-hmm.
yep.
uninitiated. Yeah, and then the Dejathoris and the Pandora are like 3 kilometers.
Well, someone put, so the
Each.
person who wrote that said, I cheated and picked a 2v1 matchup because I'd like to see Mustang and Victra and their families and ancestral/inherited dreadnoughts trade jabs with Lysander's lumbering Moonbreaker. So yeah, get the girls
that-
matched up.
That is giving Thraxa and Victra the Ajax.
Yes. Can you imagine
Yeah.
like Now
I can't stop imagining.
I get, but the question is, who would like? We know that Victra can control, like, helm a whole, like, can helm the Pandora. We saw that. That's Golden Sun. Like, that's what she is trained to do. Would Mustang have the controls of her ship, or is she handing it
Yes.
off to?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
She
it
does.
is-
I
She
think-
does that
Yeah.
in Golden Sun.
Yeah, but is that what we're thinking the final battle? Because I'm thinking that Mustang would be too preoccupied with something else. So does Holiday get it?
She's calling Pax up from the miners.
Yes, Pax.
Oh,
with it.
yes.
Electra on the Pandora. Nah, I don't think Electra can. Electra's is an
Mm-mm.
assassin. She's not helming ships. She's an assassin.
She's
Yeah, no,
she's
Electra's
gonna
on
take
the
after her
Anilo.
dad. Yeah, she's gonna take after her dad, and
Okay.
she's just gonna go worm her way in.
So we get Victra, anti-Victra, and Pax taking down evil Lysander.
Yep.
Yeah.
Here for it.
All right. Someone says Archimedes versus Pandora. Doesn't explain why. I'm just confused by that. Is
David versus Goliath.
Is but
Huh?
is Pandora switching sides? Is Archimedes switching sides? Why are they against each other? If you have written this,
Why not?
please get back to me.
Lysander's already salty that Darrow's staying in his room, so why wouldn't he take Archimedes back so he can have his room back?
Yeah.
And they do a
This tiny
switch.
little shitty room.
So
Yeah.
someone later on, where is it? Snowball. Two people wrote Snowball versus Archimedes. One of them saying,
Ooh, that's a
That
tight
would be
matchup.
cool. Yeah.
Snowball with Pax at the helm versus Archimedes with Lysander at the helm.
Oh, ew.
No.
No. I
They
can't.
They just annihilate. Yeah.
But why would Python
Well,
switch sides?
maybe they
Python's
just-
not going against Pax at this point.
This is all purely hypothetical.
Yeah.
What if it's
Right.
Snowball with Pax at the helm?
Yep.
When that happens, Pythia is with Lysander.
Hmm.
Come on, at that exact moment in time.
Sure.
Or they're just saying they want Pax to destroy Lysander because Lysander can't helm a ship.
Yes, also that.
So there is
I'm here
another
for
one
that.
in here of Snowball with Pax and Volga. So I think a lot of people want Pax to be on this
Yeah.
versus the Lightbringer. So the Snowball to destroy the Lightbringer.
Mm.
Ooh.
This is
Someone-
the,
As much as I want that, there's just
Yeah,
no
that's
way
not
that
happening.
the Snowball is
Mm-mm.
taking down an 8-kilometer moonbreaker.
no.
I just noticed that someone else, so I had earlier Archimedes versus Pandora. Someone else has written Pandora versus Archimedes, and I did not group them together. So there is two people who think the Pandora versus the Archimedes. But another person said, and now that we're talking this through, so it says Pax versus the Lightbringer, and my note is wasn't the Pax destroyed, but I think they might mean the human being Pax versus the Lightbringer, unless they are confused.
I mean,
and think
if-
it is the ship. It's hard because
If this is all purely hypothetical,
Then
why can't
yes.
Why can't we resurrect?
Why
the
can't we
Pax?
resurrect the Pax?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pax on the Pax?
Pax on the Pax. Archimedes and Dustmaker. So I think that goes back to similar to vibes of Archimedes versus Lightbringer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't actually get a scale
Mm-hmm.
for the Dustmaker.
Right.
I would guess that it's in that 5 to 8 kilometer range.
And then the rest of these, I appreciate these people for trying. I appreciate you. This one says, I forget which ships to whom about a month after my most recent reread. I get it. Understandable. I even forget what these are. So Archimedes and the thing Pax flies at the end of Dark Age. Which is the Snowball, correct?
Snowball.
Okay, because even I was like, is it the Snowball? So Okay, there's another one for that
It
one.
is.
Someone, I just want to see the Morning Star brought back to its true glory. Fair. Another person, Morning Star versus Lightbringer.
Morning Star wins all day, every day.
Yeah, because that's
Morning
how that
Star.
works.
Morning Star is flown by Orion Z Aquarii.
You're going with all the hypotheticals. I'm just sitting here going, how does that physically happen?
It doesn't. It's
And warp.
hypothetical.
All right. Someone wrote civil revolt within the Archimedes, i.e. Archimedes versus Archimedes. My note
So an
on
on-ship battle?
on-ship battle,
That's
isn't that
not-
the Severo versus Cassius? It's not a ship to ship. The fact that I included it is shocking because I removed other ones that were like duel versus duel. Haven't we already had civil revolt within the Archimedes?
Or is it... I feel like that point it would be Pytha getting mad at like Darrow
Possibly.
for something.
Good call.
Or Severo does some shit and so Pytha...
Yeah, I was going to say
He's mad at him.
it's way more likely that Pytha's mad at Severo than Darrow.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And then the last one, Rip Wings? Question mark.
All right.
Just
I mean,
Rip
yeah.
Wings?
Fair.
All right. I'll give it to you.
Dog fights. Love that.
So that is it for ship-to-ship battles. We have my favorite question coming up. And before we do that, I would just like to make a statement that I refilled my glass with water before people become more afraid of what's happening over here. It still has the mint leaves and the lime. And then it has soda streamed water. Okay? All right. The next one gets real interesting. Because I think we could do some deep dives into this. Let's concentrate on this one as if it's not the joke question. Outside of Cavix, who does Sophocles like the most?
Lyria.
To this
Oh,
question.
you're going Lyria. Okay. Immediately you went Lyria. Salem?
I think I answered Pax or Electra.
Okay. Someone
And then I think
you must be put
I
Electra
probably
or
mean-
Pax, maybe Mustang must be your answer.
Yes. Yes, that one, because I was just gonna say, and then I think I did a caveat was Mustang because I feel like there's, and I don't remember if this was actually a thing or if this was something that we like as a group just were like, oh, this is headcanon, where it's like Pax and Electra play with Sophocles as
Definitely
kids, and then I'm sure that because Mustang essentially grew up with the Telemanuses, that she was around Sophocles the whole time.
Yeah. I would have said Mustang for the reasons of she grew up with, and we see a little bit of like Cavix trusts her fully with Sophocles, so it's not her first rodeo of like when he's like, here's the jelly beans. Like she just knows what to do. Like, so that's where I took it. I will say the most amount of people thought Lyria. Seconded by Mustang, and it was very close, and a lot of people voted for both, and I had to split it up of people being like both, or actually there's one Lyria for obvious reasons, Mustang because she's been a constant for Sophocles. Also, Sophocles and Mustang share the guarded knowledge of Cavix's true self, not the crazy front he puts on. So a lot, but yeah. Lyria, the answer is secret jelly beans. Helped her out with those bird things that were spies. She took such good care of him. And then someone, she's the chosen one. Is this even a question? All right. Mustang, the reasoning being she has the beans, and someone saying she's been around for longer than anyone else except for other Telemanuses. So they
Possibly
are
longer than Sophocles,
Yeah.
if we're honest.
We still don't
So
have
she
an
could have been there with the
answer.
new.
We still don't have an answer
Whether this is the
on
same
same
Sophocles.
Sophocles that
Yeah.
we saw in Morningstar. We don't know.
Okay,
Followed up,
to the Reaper's room.
I'm writing it down.
I threw this out to Gambit and Words of Whiskey as well, and it kind of blew his mind. He was like, "Oh my, you're right." So I crossed with Words of Whiskey if you don't know who Gambit is, but yeah, he's like, "You're right on that one. It might be a different Sophocles." So, Mustang may have lived through many different Sophocles.
Yeah.
The follow up to that one is it was unclear who people meant by Pax. So I had to combine the two of them into an answer.
Oh.
So 6 people wrote the word Pax in one capacity or another, and some of them I can figure out. But like one person literally put Pax, both of them. Yours being Electra or Pax, I assumed Pax Jr. Someone else, if they are alive, Mustang. If not, 100% Paxitelemanus.
I could see them getting into some shit though, like with how like mischievous foxes are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone else.
It would be the. Oh, I was just gonna say it'd be the similar. Like now, I'm just thinking in my brain like that would almost be the similar mindset of like the boy that grows up with the dog,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like the childhood dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone else, he liked Paxitelemanus in all caps locks. I need it known that when it says Paxitelemanus, it is in all caps locks. Whether or not you spelt it correctly, all caps locks. I appreciate you. Yeah, he liked Paxitelemanus the most. And then Daxo, but I'd like to imagine it was Paxitelemanus. So I gave that to the Paxes. I said, no, not you, Daxo. But yeah, after that, someone put Severo. I'm torn between Severo and Holiday. And I know Severo feeds Sophocles chicken bones, correct?
Feed some chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken legs.
Chicken legs, that's what it is.
But then when everything explodes, Holiday's wearing him.
Well, Holiday gets him to come
Holiday's
and get the jelly beans off the chest. So he trusts her enough of like, you're my person lying on the ground.
Either that or she's just got jelly beans.
But in a dire situation?
Listen.
It's jelly beans.
2 different people wrote jelly beans first, Kavik second, and whoever has the beans. There is 2 people who just straight up said, it's the jelly beans. It's not even.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Beans overall.
Someone else, Darrow, who other than Darrow has given Sophocles so many jelly beans. And I think that's on paper, but I think Darrow has had, we've seen the limited amount of times with Sophocles that I don't think it would be Darrow.
Well, and just even the limited amount of time that he's even spent with Pax.
Yeah.
Like, and Pax has practically lived with the Telemanuses with Mustang. Like, I don't think Darrow's had enough time.
Someone came at this with their thinking hat on. Niobe. Someone thought this question through. Maybe the other owner of the fox? Niobe.
Don't be ridiculous.
I know.
Okay, but
how dare you come at this logic.
But Kavix is like his person, but then like is Niobe the spare human?
Oh, the spare human's here.
Oh, fine. She won't give me jelly beans, but at least she feeds me.
Yeah, right? Yeah, does Niobe give in to the jelly beans or is
anything besides jelly beans?
Yeah,
on a regular basis?
Chicken. We just discovered this.
On a regular basis, Severo is out in the rim.
Pachelbel birds. Because that's someone else's answer. Is Pachelbel birds is what he prefers the most. Finally, 2 different people wrote me one person explaining with, "He is my favorite and I am his." Two different people think that they are his favorite.
Who did that? I want to know who did that.
Comment below.
Say it with your chest.
Explain yourself.
Are you the same person that said Sephiroth and Sun Butter?
Yep. All right. It's a three-way duel. Who wins between Cassius, Darrow, and Diomedes? Who do you think wins, and who do you think the fandom chose?
At this point, I think it's Darrow.
I think it'd be Darrow.
I also think the fandom chose Darrow.
Okay.
I feel like Diomedes is up there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cassius is lower than that.
Okay.
Like, I think if you're going to scale them, I think it's Cassius, Diomedes, Darrow. Because Cassius, I think his honor gets in the way. And he's fighting his friends.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But also, in Iron Gold, when Cassius and Lysander see Diomedes fight for the first time, they both have the notion that Cassius is one of the best duelists, or maybe the best duelist, shattered.
Yeah.
All right. 56% say Darrow. 29% say Diomedes. And 17% say Cassius. So there you go.
Okay, but what was the reason they were fighting?
Ooh. That might change it. Because we know that Cassius gets out of shit.
Somebody left the practice razors unorganized.
Which is why you get ants.
Cassius wins then, because Darrow and Diomedes are going, I don't particularly care. Diomedes might care about that.
I'm just going to come back to it.
Yeah. All right, well, Darrow, somebody wrote the scrappiest, wants it most. He will always win. A few people put about Breath of Stone Darrow.
And that's an interesting thing too, because I don't think, I don't know that Diomedes and Cassius would really understand how that worked in the first place, because they haven't seen it enough. So I could totally see him having an advantage.
Yeah,
that's my thought. Is like, this is coming out of, this is a gold Razor Master coming at the Razor as like the mindset of a red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I'll say all of the answers, except for one, which I'll read in a moment, are basically new Darrow has created his own fighting style, things about Breath of Stone. So I think that's the make or break, it seems to be, in the comment section here, is the Breath of Stone piece. Except for one person who wrote, because I love him, final answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I get it. That's
valid.
Yep. That's why I vote Diomedes. Because I love him. Final answer. I will be thinking of him hand flexing tonight.
Diomedes.
Did you say I'm telling you?
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to Diomedes.
Don't lie, you're thinking about it too, Crescent.
Yeah, you are. He doesn't even know what the hand flex is.
I have no fucking idea.
I'm gonna send it to you later.
I looked it up.
You just need to watch Pride and Prejudice.
Watch
Party?
Sleepless in Seattle.
Add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
Yeah.
You have to do Sleepless in Seattle. We're going to do a pitch right now that one of the things we will be doing starting in probably April is what I'm calling Sleepless in Sungrave. mainly because it's the only S location I could think of in all of Red Rising. It was that or Saturn, and they don't actually go to Saturn. So Sleepless in Sungrave. And if you have not watched Sleepless in Seattle, the whole idea is that it is a call-in radio show that someone, Meg Ryan, calls into. It is the, oh my gosh, I'm getting this all wrong. It is Tom Hanks's son calls into to be like, my dad needs help, and Meg Ryan hears it. And they have a love story from them. So we are doing Sleepless in Sungrave, where people will get to submit their questions. You can pretend to be someone in Red Rising having a problem. You could spit your own questions about Red Rising, and we will try and answer them. We will also bring on guests through this, so if you want to be a guest during this, let us know. It's going to just be a lot of fun of us pretending to be like a call-in radio show instead of just a podcast.
Be great.
Yeah, but Crescent
instead of just a show-up radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Here for it.
So Crescent needs to watch Sleepless in Seattle, and I need to rewatch it apparently.
Yeah.
Salem, living so close to Seattle, how many times have you watched it? Because I did go to things in Seattle being like, this is the place they eat. Like, this is the place
yeah.
they do.
Did you eat it? So I have eaten at the Pike Place restaurant numerous times.
Yeah. By myself.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Yeah. Yep. I don't know. Okay, I need to do a rewatch too.
All right.
It's probably been 10 years since I watched it, but yes.
Group watch.
Group watch. We're doing group watch.
And then so Skipper block out some time in June apparently, and we need to get Crescent to come down.
Yeah.
And we'll all go to the top of the Space Needle.
Deal.
Ooh. I don't know if I can make time to come down.
Oh, because you're going to Vancouver.
I will try. I'm going for a wedding.
And?
Ditch the wedding.
You wanted me to go up there.
Yes.
Do you have your passport?
I will try.
It's 4 hours.
I will have my I have my passport. I came to Tulsa.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
His passport doesn't have a narwhal in it. Mine does.
True, it doesn't.
Rude.
Chaos.
I know. Anyway, moving on. That is our Sleepless in Sungrave pitch, and that will be going on once a month until whenever Red God comes out, because we're entering the awkward in-between phase. Yeah. All right.
The middle years.
I want to be in a Sleepless in Seattle situationship with is Diomedes. And we have 3 people who have at least, well, a bunch of people actually voted for him, but 3 made their statements. One, probably Diomedes, since even Cassius was surprised how skilled he was, which gets back to your point, Crescent. You're now Cassius, Crescent. Plus, his style and weaponry is different from Cassius and Darrow, which probably gives him an advantage. Based on the clues we get in Iron Gold, Diomedes is a force that even Cassius is at, and I just want Diomedes to win. But Cassius would be my second pick. The man knows how to use his razor. Someone is on my level of thinking right now. That's my train of thought there. Finally, one person said Cassius wrecked... Well, a bunch of people voted for him, but one gave in an opinion of Cassius wrecked the Rim's best knights, mostly while gravely injuring himself. Diomedes is perhaps equally skilled as Cassius, but not better. Darrow would need to fight a few more Moonies to be able to compete, though I have no doubt he would get there quickly. All right, there you go.
Who taught Fa how to fight?
Atlas? Didn't Atlas teach him how to fight? Oh, and then I get it, which then Darrow defeated Fa. Yep. Okay. Yep.
He just went to the top of the ladder.
He did.
Yep. Well, wouldn't have Atlas have been the top of the ladder and Cassius beat Atlas?
I would say Fa was probably a more impressive physical specimen
Yep.
than Atlas.
Okay.
And had that crazy
And
chainsaw.
Yep. Speaking of which, for anybody that has not
Yes.
seen it, Orange Armory is looking at making the Warsaw. Go
I'm so excited.
check it out. And also, yeah, the sling blade and the Ares helm.
And the Ares helm.
Also, we have spoken with Jigsaw about coming on to do an interview.
He will be on soon.
At some point in the near but nebulous future.
Yeah.
Now that he's not swamped.
Exactly, that was our thought. It was, okay, he's done printing so many Helldivers.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes. We will look.
Of which those actually turned out amazing.
Amazing.
God damn, they did. Did they ever?
Skipper, did you get yours?
Mine has
With
not
your fridge,
arrived
Skipper?
yet. No, it hasn't arrived yet. I will let you know.
Jigsaw signed one with Skipper's name, and it was on top of the fridge.
It was on top of the fridge.
It's
coming. Yeah. I have my little action figure at this point. But yeah. We're getting there. I will let you know. Yeah, we look forward to that. We look forward to just so much happening in our middle year. We haven't ever had this situation. It's interesting, and even Hail Reaper messaged us being like, "What are you guys doing now?" We're like, "I don't know."
That's a great fucking question, my dude.
I'll write it.
Yeah, I don't know, because we have always had a book to rely on. So that's not true. Last August, July, August, we had some awkward middle, but we knew we were coming towards Lightbringer. So
yeah.
We welcome all suggestions. We do have a made up plan in our head, but we'll see how it goes. So if you don't like it, let us know. Comment below. We'll send you more surveys. There is actually a survey if you want to, if you have a suggestion. There is a survey, and I will link it in all of the comment section. Bios, whatever they are. Below. All right. Description. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you sure that's water?
It is just water. I mean, it's still in like that lime.
Actually, vodka.
That lime.
I was gonna say that lime probably still has a lot of absinthe.
It's just drenched in it.
Yep.
So some watered down black licorice.
Yeah.
Yum.
All right, moving on. This one was an interesting one. That it was. Well, let's see how you guys respond. Did you believe that Lyria could convince Volga to her side?
Yes.
Yes, but I was worried.
That's where I stand. Yeah. It seemed very in the final hour that it made the switch.
And I thought it was interesting because, like, I think we all knew that Volga was so gullible, but it was weird at how gullible she was in that moment.
Yeah.
Like, just with everything that was happening with Fa and how she just straight up believed it all. And then it took a lot of convincing for Lyria to get her on her side.
Yeah. I know we've talked before about how Volga is basically just willing to give her allegiance to anybody who treats her well. And we knew that Fa actually treating her well probably wasn't going to last. And Lyria is her ride or die.
Mm-hmm.
It's always going to come back to Lyria.
All right. Well, 92% of people agree with you. So, Volga was so sweet, I wanted to believe she was sabotaging Fa the whole time. I don't think she was the whole time. I think she is very malleable and manipulated a lot.
Yes.
But I think that's how Lyria could win her back, is how malleable she is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Volga was so sweet, if manipulatable, whatever. I couldn't believe she was 100%.
What about my nipple?
I was gonna say nipples. Excuse you?
Hey, what's the
It is Mardi Gras.
Manipulable?
That's what it says, and it confuses me as a word. All right. I couldn't believe she was 100% committed to being a bloodthirsty warlord. Someone else, because Fa was her father, but Ephraim was her dad. Cute. Lyria has yet to fail in any challenge. She's an amazing problem solver and uses whatever skills she has to achieve her goals. That might be the only one pro Lyria, is what I will say. Everyone else very much focused on Volga.
The anti-Volga.
Girl needs some serious deprogramming, but I'm hopeful that this relationship will thrive. Volga, the Volga we were left with versus the one we met in Lightbringer surprised me greatly. I didn't expect Volga to be swayed in Fa's way of thinking at all. She seemed too passionate, inspired by loss of Ephraim / stuck in her convictions to believe in what Fa said the dream of the Obsidians were. Based on that, I thought Lyria would be able to convince her easily. Yeah, I think she's just manipulative. Yeah, whatever. Malleable. I like the word malleable. It's easier for me to say. But on the side of the nose, we get Volga has now lost the two most important men in her life. For what it's worth, she was never family with Lyria, and now it seems like she wants to step away from war in the Republic. And someone else, Lyria was annoying, honestly. Lyria overestimates her worth, her power, and her influence. Interesting.
Hot take.
Yeah.
Not sure how I feel about it.
Very hot. All right. Any other thoughts on Lyria and Volga? I'm just excited to see them together again.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm excited to see what Volga decides to do. And I want to see her to go to the zoo and have a good day.
I want to see her lead.
I want to see her with an animal
instead of follow.
I want her to see with lead.
Do you think that she would probably get a kick out of the fish on the Dustmaker?
Oh my god, she's going to live on the Dustmaker. And she would do origami with her giant friendly hands?
She would! She'd make giant paper cranes.
Oh my god.
It's just arts and crafts and animal sanctuary on the Dustmaker. It's headcanon now. It's happening.
Didn't we also decide, though, that like all the termites were on the Dustmaker? Isn't that? No, that's on the Lightbringer.
That's on the Lightbringer.
On the
because
Lightbringer,
of the wood.
the termites.
Yeah. And then I think we were questioning how ants got on the Archimedes because we kept saying that Cassius was Archer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have lots of questions. Yeah.
All of them.
But arts and crafts and animal care.
Yes.
On the Archimedes.
Yes.
Yep.
Or sorry, on the Dustmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
We're at the end. Let's rip through these. What relationship do you want to see explored more in Red God?
Their own packs.
Yeah.
That is the leading response, is Darrow and Pax.
Pax. I am the fandom.
I don't
I
remember.
am the cliche.
I don't remember what I said, but right now I want to also say Lyria and Severo.
Ooh, interesting. No,
because I think
that's a good one. Yep.
Because I think with the fact that they both have lost Cassius and they were starting to bond together with Cassius, I want to see them almost mourn together because Severo at the end of Lightbringer gets to mourn with Darrow, but then nobody's really mourning with Lyria, or we don't see it.
Yep.
Like
we do see Darrow and Lyria share a real hug.
Yeah, that's true. And then Volga's all mad that somebody hurt Lyria's feelings. So
yeah, that's a good call. A lot for that little family. Darrow and Mustang. Someone said more of Darrow and Virginia since they haven't seen one another in ages, and I want to read the reconciliation. Someone said Pax and Mustang. And then one person just went for it and said Darrow, Mustang, Pax, the whole family. So, for sure that.
Fair.
Yeah.
All the rest of them are pretty split of only one or two people saying Lyria and Cassius, Lyria and Volga, Sevro and Victra. Only one person said Sevro and Victra, which shocked me. I would have assumed that's the one. Oh my god, I missed a question. We'll go back to it. We'll go back to it after. I was like, why do I feel like more people said Severo and Victra? But I think with the explored is where it is.
Yeah.
Mustang and Holiday. I do like that, and I would love to see more of that one. Ori and Diomedes. Severo and Mustang, which is an interest one.
I also want to see more of Severo and Electra.
Yes.
Because we got those we only got that snippet, but it'd be really interesting to see their relationship.
Mm-hmm. Victra and Mustang got 2 votes. Let's say Victra and Mustang let the gals be gals. No endgame panorama shots. More Thor, Love and Thunder girly. Heart to hearts and doorway. That's the real feminist shit. One person, Darrow and Severo. And then these people were the big thinkers. Volga and the rest of the world. The Rim and the Republic. Cicero and deflecting to the Republic. You person are very lucky you got put in here and didn't get theorized, but I thought that was an interesting one of if we'll see Cicero switch sides. Severo with a shower.
Ooh. Not likely. Sorry, guys.
No. Does Victra make
Maybe
him
if
shower?
Victor asked.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, come here. Drags him by the scruff of his neck.
Yeah.
And then three different people put different combinations about the Abomination. So some people have not forgotten. So Mustang versus Abomination or Darrow versus Abomination. And someone else just putting Mustang and Abomination. So very interesting of all of those. The question I totally skipped because I thought it was the same one is one of the questions I asked was which relationship do you want to see back together in Red God the most? And 53% said Darrow and Mustang and Pax. So I did combine that. So that kind of then also, who do you want to see explored? People went along with that one. But again, only one person put Severo and Victra for exploring their relationship, while 33.3%, a perfect third of the group, said Severo and Victra in the kids.
Yep.
The other options people had was Thrax and Bad Lass. Nobody voted for it. Lysander and Atalantia.
Oh,
And I even put, listen, Skip has to include it for the weirdos. Nobody voted for it. Abomination and Lilith. Nobody voted to see them back together. One person voted for Apollonius and Amir to be reunited in Red God.
Was that popped up?
Probably.
100% popped.
Probably.
And 11% of people said Clown and Pebble, because the fuck have they been? Yeah, I would love to know where Clown and Pebble are.
Yeah.
Any thoughts who would you guys want to see back together or their relationships explored more?
I do.
I think
definitely want to see Darrow and Pax. Especially at the end of Lightbringer, where he's pretty much saying, I have not really even had a relationship with him, and that he wants that, so that's the goal he's reaching for. In some capacity, maybe. So I think that would be fulfilling for Darrow.
Yeah.
I think Darrow and Victra.
Darrow and Victra, interesting.
Yep. Badasses coming back together.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a fight scene with them. Yeah. Where they have like a Cassius and Darrow kind of moment where they're like just getting back into it.
Yep. Darrow and Victra versus...
There's no one good left on the other side.
I feel like the Minotaur.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Apple. But I want Darrow to deconstruct Apple.
Yeah.
On his own.
But if Victra's off to the side trying to defeat Atalantia, like who else? You gotta assume Atalantia can do something if her sister was Aja. Like she's gotta have something there.
Yeah, but somebody's...
She's too worried about her diamond bedazzled snakeskin boots.
She's the pillar.
And her diamond bedazzled snake.
Everything.
Yeah. Be an interesting one. I do. You're right. I do like the idea of them back together. We haven't seen them at all together. Even in Iron Gold. They're at dinner together and that's it.
So good.
Right? Like, All right. Have your thoughts of any relationships changed because of Lightbringer? And that is an open-ended question.
I don't think so. Kind of cemented most of them for me.
Yeah, I think it more cemented. I think it changed maybe my thought on Cassius and Severo, because I think they were so at odds with each other. I almost feel like they were maybe more butting heads, because it's again that like pick me, like for Darrow, they want Darrow to be the one to pick them. Yeah. And I almost feel like they no longer were competing for Darrow anymore. They were just finally adults that could just do their own thing.
Yep.
Which I think then made me realize that Severo can grow much more as a person.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Severo's got a lot of space therapy to go through.
Yeah.
Don't just make knives.
No.
Don't just make knives, make strides.
Oh, look at you go.
Need that on a shirt. I'm writing that one down because I will forget it.
I like it. All right. So the answers, and these ones were open-ended and you did not have to answer. So we only have a few for kind of the next few questions. But I wouldn't say that any pairing or individual relationship truly mirrored any other or share a lot of commonality. Lightbringer brought a lot of depth to each character as well as pairings. Each pairing is... Oh, sorry. I have skipped it. This is where we're at.
Classic right. Skipper.
Skipper skipping.
My bad. All right, hold on. Your thoughts on relationships changed. Darrow and Cassius' relationship was brought to a satisfying, if abrupt, ending. Lysander clearly loves himself and his color more than Cassius. For the record, a non-American wrote that one because color had a U in it. So there you go. That's how anonymous this is. I have to look at your grammar to figure out who you are. I badly want to see most of those, but the Darrow-Mustang relationship is so central to the series. I don't think they've changed. I think that was... Okay. That person's just using this as an explanation from the last one. I don't think Darrow views himself as a father to Pax. It seems like he is more likely the father of the Republic and would rather fight for it than be with his family. It will be his downfall. Cassius is the man he wants to be outside of his family's own agenda. I would say that for Iron Gold and Dark Age, but I don't believe that for Lightbringer. I think he made strides in Lightbringer to change that.
And I think that's maybe why we all enjoy Lightbringer so much, is because now Darrow's finally starting to turn back to what he was.
Yeah.
Compared to where he was in Iron Gold and in Dark Age.
Yeah. And then Darrow and Cassius still crying inside. Yep.
Oh, true.
The next question, which I skipped ahead, is what are some favorite parallels between some of the different relationships? And I honestly, off the top of my head, the only one I thought of was Mustang and Victra versus Darrow and Sevro, and having them. And we don't see them a ton together. I think it's more because of what we see at the end of Dark Age that I link them. But we do get a little bit of... We get Victra's hardness with the don't worry about them, pity me. And I think Sevro is very much in that mindset of like, don't worry about me, I can deal with my own. As much as he's angry with Darrow and makes the change, Sevro and Victra, you can see why they get along so well, which probably causes a bit of issues in the relationship. But that's the only one I could kind of see side by side.
I could see Alexander and Rona versus Cassius and Lyria.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why some people ship Cassius and Lyria, because maybe they see Alexander and Rona in it. Or maybe it was a chance to show another gold getting along with a red.
Mm-hmm. Crescent, any thoughts?
I actually don't have any off the top of my head.
That's cool. All right, so I already started reading the one that someone thinks that the individual, there's no true mirror. Lightbringer brought a lot of depth to each character as well as pairings. Each pairing is fairly unique, which I think that's great. That's what we see. That's we're not just getting textbook. This follows this, so that's great. Someone agrees with me of Mustang and Victra's relationship mirroring Darrow and Sevro's. Both hurt each other, abandon each other, but come back together when times got dark. And then someone comparing Darrow's with Cassius versus Sevro. Darrow's complicated and heartfelt relationship with Cassius and Sevro. Seeing all their ups and downs, vulnerability has been beautiful. And the final comment in this section is, I have to get back to work. Love you guys. Signed, Red Wing. Thanks, Red Wing.
Hey, thanks, Red Wing.
But yeah. Yeah, that question we kind of threw in there because I wanted to try and get a little bit of depth, but it's a difficult one because Pierce doesn't usually write foils in that manner of... There is no one that is a true, I think we've gone through this, of like, even Lysander versus Darrow, like, they don't mirror each other, even though they're kind of supposed to.
I think Lysander's just copying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know I said that in the last episode too.
He's the tinfoil.
He's tinfoil rather than real foil. Yes. All right. 2 more questions. Number 1.
Oh my God, Salem. Turns out we were fucking wrong.
When you walked away, we were like, oh, I think we have like 2 questions left.
Sorry.
Just kidding, it was 5.
5.
I don't remember there being so many questions.
So many questions.
I don't remember there being questions.
You didn't even do it.
He wasn't allowed.
Exactly.
He was told it existed, though.
I know. He didn't look at it, though.
These are the fun ones.
Wasn't allowed.
Honestly, just give us all your hot takes. We want to hear them all. So I want your reactions to each and every one. There was a lot of theorizing in this one that I just straight up
That
removed.
seems fair, though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone. They are removed because they were deep theories that I was like, there is a reason that Red God Theories is separate from Lightbringer. I don't want to hear who you think dies. I didn't want to hear it. They also weren't hot takes. They were, a lot of them I read through and went, yeah, half the fandom believes that. No. Yeah. All right, number 1. Cassius never improved. Circumstances just changed around him. He died as much of a shithead as he walked into the passage.
Hard disagree.
Okay, the first like 3 words, I did thumbs down for those that weren't listening. No.
Yeah. No. Absolutely the fuck not.
No. I'm pretty sure
this person stopped reading at the passage.
Cassius is the person that has probably evolved the most.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
I would agree. Yeah,
that's a hot take. Total Prince of the Gold colorist, like total jerk off, to basically champion of the Rising, fighting for the low colors.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
No,
that is a very hot take.
That's a very hot
take. But you can have it.
Wait for the next one. This person submitted 3, so we're gonna work our way through. Number 1.
Okay.
Lyria is annoying. I would agree for the beginning. She won me over halfway through Dark Age. Yep. Yeah. It took me through halfway through. Yep.
I don't think she's annoying much anymore. This may be the same person that said Lyria was annoying when she was trying to convince Volga. And I get it. She was very desperate in that moment in time, which I totally understand. So you're literally spouting anything that you can. And I think anybody else, if it had not been for Volga, probably would have also seen it as annoying. But I think Volga needed to hear it from Lyria because they're on the same wavelength of friendship.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Same person states, I kind of wish Darrow ended up with Victra. I agree.
I don't agree, but
no. I think Mustang is the better fit, but I think Victra and Darrow would have been so hot-headed together that it would have been just
for sure.
Yeah. Yep. It would never have worked. It would never have lasted.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Darrow raising Victra to Sovereign?
No.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I think Mustang and Darrow complement each other, where it's fire and ice versus Victra and Darrow are fire, and they're just going to create
fire and gasoline, honestly.
Yeah. They're just going to create a house fire, and it's not. Yeah, exactly. They're the epitome of Fire Nation.
For those listening, we just keep playing with our lighters. Yeah.
This just in, Canadians just have lighters.
I don't even smoke. Why do I? Yeah.
Always in the mood for a dart.
Yep. Out for a dart.
I want to know why they think Victra and Darrow would have been a good match.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's what. I want to know your reasoning because I could see it, but I also think that Victra, I think their personalities are too similar.
Yeah.
To not butt heads.
Yep.
They would end up like a rogue wave.
Yeah.
The lows are very low and the highs are very high.
Yeah.
I also feel
the amplitudes completely cancel out or double.
I also feel like when they would butt heads, Darrow would get butt hurt.
Yeah.
And he would go and be moody somewhere, and Victra would be like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him.
Yep, that tracks.
Yeah. Yep.
And also, Victra wouldn't be able to get her freak on.
No.
True. True.
Darrow's way too vanilla for that. Yep.
Yep.
All right, last stance from the same person. I was glad Ephraim died because I couldn't stand him
Woof.
or his POV chapters.
Woof. 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 Woof.
No.
Not about it.
No.
Disagree. Hard disagree.
No. I had a hard time reading Lyria and Ephraim in Iron Gold, but I also just had a really hard time with Iron Gold.
Yeah.
And I really liked Ephraim by the end of Dark Age.
Yeah, he was, I think behind Darrow, he was my favorite POV in Dark Age.
Yeah.
It's like, we're basically getting half of our point of views from people that are deeply traumatized by the Republic and how they're dealing with it.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it, because you get Ephraim and Lyria, and they're both so jaded.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, why it takes longer to like them, because you're so... This is my thing, was I was so defensive of Darrow. Of like, what do you mean?
Yes.
What has Darrow done? Like, look at what Darrow's done. And then it takes a bit to be like, no, but their life still isn't great. Like, it may have improved or not, or is just a different evil they're working against. But I think me as a howler read it and got defensive of Darrow, and I think people still stand. So I'm not shocked that the same person thinks Lyria is annoying and didn't like Ephraim, because that was me in Iron Gold. I completely agree with that. But they grew, and seeing that growth is what made me on both their sides.
I'm also curious if that person has done a reread, or if they've only read the series once.
Yep.
Because I do believe that reading it like a second time,
100%.
you pick up on a lot of other things, and then you see the end perspective versus the beginning perspective and how that changes.
For sure.
Absolutely.
All right. Next person. Probably not a popular opinion. Good, because we asked for your hot takes, so we're here for it.
Yep.
But I think that Lysander and Atlantia have become too easy to hate. They are downright evil. The Rising worked in part because some Gold support, indicating that Gold was at least in part willing to hold accountability for horrors they were party to. Octavia, and even less Aja, were not fully evil, in my opinion. Aja was capable of love of Lysander and had a shred of honor. I do hope, since lots of society Golds also despise Atalantia, but I don't want the Rising to win purely based on society Golds fighting each other. My take on that, I think Lysander, I sway back and forth. I wouldn't call him downright evil. And that's where there's so many Lysander apologists up until Lightbringer, because he's got that more jaded side. I would agree for Atlantia that she has become downright evil, and that's where I keep saying she's the big bad over Lysander. What are your thoughts?
I kind of agree, but the caveat to that is a lot of those Golds that are towing the line of good versus evil within like the society that we had in the first trilogy, they don't exist anymore. And so it's almost that we are now only left with these characters that we think are good because we're on their side and it's from their POVs. And then you get all of the big bads because they're the ones that have either had a hand in eliminating or are the only ones that have survived because they're all so slimy. So
that was exactly my thought.
Yeah.
It's like the good's getting gooder and the bad's getting badder.
Yeah.
Because the people on either side are either moving that direction or the people in the middle ground are getting killed.
Yeah. Because they can't make up their mind, or they can't figure out which side they need to be on, or they are like Darrow and especially in like Morningstar, they had a moral compass of saying, I need to give this person a chance, and then that's their downfall.
Yep.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
And maybe at this point too, and maybe that's a bigger take on it, is that Cassius was the last one.
Yeah.
And now Cassius is gone. And he was kind of the last one that really had that honor of keeping honor, but also respecting other people's honor.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that necessarily Darrow does that much anymore.
Nope. Nope.
So
that motherfucker's gonna burn. Like, that quote sends it for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's like, nope, I'm done.
Yep.
I'm done. I let this seed come to fruition. I'm done.
Yep.
He's not taking any prisoners anymore.
All right. Next one. I just feel like Darrow's Red family has so much more potential to be explored. He has a sister who's almost never mentioned, and a couple of nieces and nephews who also should be grown up or Pax age. Just wish we got to see more of it. I kind of agree. Like, I really liked the Rona parts.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I want to see his brother.
Yep.
More.
Yep. Yeah.
Because we only get snippets of him.
Yeah, he kind of got built up that he was maybe going to be something special or important at the end of Dark Age, and he may still, because we kind of really didn't explore that half of the solar system. But yeah, no, I agree that I hope we see more of Darrow's family, but at the same time, most of them are young or already involved.
Yeah.
Like, or have exactly zero inclination for anything war related.
Yep. Yep.
Like, yeah, a Pax aged Red child.
Yeah.
Sure, they're still a valuable member of society, but they haven't been raised like Pax.
No.
They don't have Pax's genetics. They probably aren't going to be as useful as Pax is. And they probably will just end up dying off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The final one is Darrow is annoying as hell and reminds me of Rand al'Thor from Wheel of Time. It then goes on, this comment actually then goes on to talk about Wheel of Time and a whole bunch of spoilers for Wheel of Time, as well as theories of how Red God will mirror Wheel of Time. So I have cut that part. So we're out of contexting this one at its best and basically leaving it as Darrow is annoying as hell. Reminds me of Rand al'Thor from Wheel of Time. I've not read Wheel of Time. Don't know who that is. But Darrow being
I haven't either.
Yeah, I'm like 5 books into 14 book series of Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
I mean, like, sure, I guess. I don't understand Wheel of Time near as well as I understand Red Rising.
So we'll take
disagree,
the point.
I think hard to disagree.
You don't think Darrow is annoying.
I do not think Darrow is annoying.
I don't think that he is.
He has annoying moments.
Yes. I will say that. And I do think that he is, again, Iron Gold. He made stupid decisions. And but I think that's a good representation that a character can't be perfect and they're going to make stupid decisions, but then they have to deal with the repercussions afterwards.
Yep.
And that's what has happened. But I also would like to know how old the person is that made that hot take. Because I feel like if they believe that Darrow, even in Lightbringer, is annoying. I want to know if they have gone through like life experiences where you have to rediscover yourself.
Yeah. I also
Or
wonder,
even relearn yourself.
yeah, how did
Yep.
you get through all of the first trilogy by thinking Darrow was annoying? I would have given up. I have a friend who gave up. I have a friend who did not like how arrogant Darrow was, and so gave up at Red Rising. Could not make it through.
Fine. There's
totally
some
fine.
like
There's a book for
and
everybody.
I think that's the
I just, how did
Exactly.
you get to Lightbringer and you're sending me this question?
yeah.
How-
Or is it just Darrow in this second half of the series?
maybe? And you were fine with the first half.
Well,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Final question. I will say the rest of them are basically hot takes claiming I think Darrow's gonna die. And if all of you said that, it's not a hot take, and also it's a fan theory.
That's probably 50% of the fandom thinks that.
yep.
All right, but the last question of the night, and I think I'm gonna read them, and then I think we should vote on which ones we make episodes. Because some of these I think would make good episodes. Because the last question is, let us know what questions you wished we asked. Again, there's a few of these that I kept them in. We will probably not cover them because we don't theorize outside of our ridiculous theories, but we will at least read them tonight. The ones that I think good questions, we could make some episodes, but we'll briefly. Number 1, who broke your heart in this book?
In this book?
In this book.
Or in the whole series?
The answer
Survey, Salem.
is who broke your
Lightbringer
heart?
Survey.
This book is what it explicitly says. So I'm taking it as Lightbringer.
Lysander.
Oh, Lysander
Yeah.
by killing him.
I think Lysander. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I definitely went in having hope.
Yep.
And then it's gone. Okay.
Who would you bring back?
Pax.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pax.
Oh.
Pax or Ragnar. It's the only options.
Yeah.
I kind of want to bring back Orion.
Ooh.
If she hadn't lost her mind.
Behaved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This person's gone to first person, which is good. What I think should have been included in Lightbringer, or what I didn't feel wrapped up in Lightbringer from Dark Age, is the question.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Plot threads that weren't there,
plot
or plot threads that should have been explored from Dark Age.
I get that. I think that's a hard one because Lightbringer and Red God, you have to remember, were written or thought of one book and then divided.
Yeah.
So
we're essentially looking at half the story.
I never saw that there was anything that was not included in Lightbringer or not wrapped up in Lightbringer from Red, because I am waiting for them to be Red God. So I would look at that at the end of Red God of what are we missing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then movie adaptation versus TV series adaptation, animated versus live action.
Animated series. 100%.
I think that would be so cool. Yes, exactly. I think that would be so rad.
Yeah, Arcane, Blue-Eyed Samurai. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because you could do the action shots so much better.
Yeah.
And it's essentially like a comic book at that point on screen.
And then you don't have to try and like do weird camera tricks or CGI to make gold and red or obsidian and red be vastly different.
Well, and the thing I keep getting back to is age. That between Morningstar and Iron Gold, our entire cast age is 10 years. That's huge.
That's a lot. I
a
mean,
lot. And
literally
it's
from
20-year-olds to 30-year-olds. That is where you
literally
grow.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And I think that would be so cool. And then you don't have to worry about casting for looks.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to fit a look, you can fit a voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which then,
exactly.
if Jenna wanted, she could be Mustang.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
From the
Siren,
graphic audio.
for anybody who is not sure.
Yeah. Siren voices Mustang in the graphic audio. So, and she does a splendid job.
The wonderful Jenna Sharp. We love her.
Mhm.
Yeah, so the next ones I have listed under clearly for people who don't watch our podcast because they're all theories. And I would like you to take these to Red God Theories in the Den because I'm not there. I don't want to know. Someone asked, who is the Red God and who would you like to see kill Lysander?
Red God is obviously Sophocles.
It's Sophocles.
Obviously.
Respectively.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I think I would like Lyria to do it.
To kill Lysander?
As Sophocles rises as the Red God, Lyria can come in.
Lyria rides Sophocles into battle.
I was about to say, I want Sophocles to kill Lysander.
He's already going crazy, so...
Yep.
I want
Lysander is the Taco Bell.
To kill the Abomination.
He's never been a real boy.
He's never been a real boy.
He's
True.
Yep. All right. Can Darrow live? Is a question. Maybe.
Can? Yes. Will?
He can.
Debatable.
We'll
find out.
Do you think Apple can't be turned to the Republic side? Possible.
I think
I don't think I trust Apple at this point. He's flipped.
I don't think he's on any side.
He's on his own side.
Apple's on his own side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who will lead the solar system when Darrow is dead? I believe Mustang steps away to be with Pax. Same for Severo and Victor with the girls. I don't know. We'll see. Or not. Maybe
Volga.
Darrow is alive. Volga and
Darrow's brother.
Oh yeah, Kieran is out there being arch-governor, isn't he?
Yeah.
So many options. Mm-hmm. And then the final thing of the night.
The Sons of Ares.
Final statement of the night. This is a statement, not a question, even though they put it under let us know what questions you wish to ask. To be fair, this is where Salem put about the fourth category, so I get that people were just using this at this point of like, let me put that in there.
Oh.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. There was no other place.
Well, I thought it could also be a discussion place too. So
yes, very true.
You could discuss things like that.
Yeah. For the last statement, not question, of the whole night says not a question, but I refuse to call the Morning Star Lightbringer.
Ooh, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
I get it. However, the book we're dealing with is literally called Lightbringer, even though it is 2 words and the ship is 1 word. So, there you go.
Well.
But that is it. That's it. That's all we've got. 3.5 hours later.
Oh my god. Plus
but
half
how
an
many...
hour of drinking as friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some bathroom breaks.
Yes.
And some fire breaks.
Fire!
And some words and whiskey fighting breaks.
Everyone join the Patreon so that they can hear us. Seeing how Gambit is in the Patreon. If you join our Patreon, you can hear our words against words and whiskey. They're
Fight
very
me.
whiskey induced. Yeah. Fight us.
Do it.
Give them love. They also have a new podcast out of Books and Baddies, which is all romance. So we'll give them a shout out there. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, everybody who we really do, even if
thanks for sticking with us today.
Thanks for listening, and thanks for filling in the survey, even if I rejected your responses. We do appreciate it, and you give us something to talk about.
If we made fun of you, if we made fun of your you're anything, it is out of love.
It's out
Yep.
of love.
Just
and
because
Full love.
you
Feel
said something
free to-
silly doesn't mean we don't love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or come back and explain more. Explain your side.
Yeah, we if you have an explanation for something that we were kind of out of pocket on, let us know.
Send the reasoning.
And you can come on.
Email
Yeah.
Fade to
and
Obsidian.
we'll talk
Yep.
at gmail.com.
Yep.
Yes.
You can also comment on
Or-
YouTube or in the Howler's Den.
Send a voice note,
Yes.
and then your voice can be on there.
And then
I don't
Yes.
think they have distorting capabilities, but you know,
I
you want
do.
to stay anonymous. Don't do that.
I can.
Oh.
I can
We
distort
absolutely
things.
do.
I can distort things. It can
Like
become one of
Fa?
our episodes of
Yep.
Sleepless in Sungrave. Look forward to that. Look forward to some of the guests who are going to come on. Those who are already reading the Count of Monte Cristo, that has been pushed back to the end of May. They have given us 2 more months to read the Count of Monte Cristo. We're very excited about that. We were kind of stressing. It's a big ass book.
Thick.
But
March is busy.
Why is March so busy?
why is it so
That's a great question.
But yeah, this has been fantastic. Yeah, join the Howler's Den Discord. We've got all links in all the bios, as well as go to howlerhollow.net for all of the sweet merch that Salem produces.
Also, check out our redbubble.com/shop/Fade to Obsidian, or just search Fade to Obsidian on Redbubble.
Yeah.
And check out all of the stuff that our designs are on.
Yeah. Including the
Is
brand
this
new
Check out Patreon.
hashtag,
Fade to Obsidian on Patreon.
hashtag Team Pixie. Went up.
Yeah, that's right.
We now have Team Pixie shirts. The Expect Me, you will still be voting when this came, so make sure you head to either our Instagram or the Den to vote on what the Expect Me merch should look like. Thank you to Mishap and Slink for creating those. I think that's it. What else we got?
Bedtime?
That's it.
Bedtime.
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 After
3.5 hours in, it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, good
Thank you,
night.
everybody.
Bye.